Whether you're just starting out in your business or just getting the taste of putting your work for sale, I'm going to cover that. Or if you've been in the field now and you want to increase your prices and you want to justify it, I'm going to give you reasons why and share with you how to do that too.
Welcome to Capture and Connect. Insight, challenges, and proven strategies to help you take your passion for photography and turn it into an income-generating business. And now here's your host, Janice Sullivan.
Developing your pricing strategy that works is the key to running a profitable business. Today, we're going to cover all of that and the essential steps that will help you really focus on being confident and to set yourself up for the long term. Let me just share some of the things that's kind of boring before we get to the pricing, but some of you have never been here. So this is a podcast that is normally live, but I had a fail and I'm doing it over. And right now we're pre-podding. That's where we actually get on and start chatting and really communicating in the chat area. It's a fun place for us to hang out. After I have this podcast, what I do is I take it and I cut it up and really put the essentials of what we discuss in this podcast. And it will go on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and Amazon Music. It's scrappy, but I'm out there. That's what you should be doing. You should be getting out there. Who cares if it doesn't work properly? I don't. I'm here with you now. I do that with my photography. That's why you should be here and be scrappy too. All right, we're still pre-podding. If you missed this podcast on how to pick your images that will sell, I'm so excited to share with you that we have the freebie. More, it has bonus material inside, super secret. Grab it and find it because it's going to help you tremendously. Grab it for free. And you can find it here at PhotoBiz Method, find-clients-now. Now you'll see this when I say streaming live. So most of the time what happens is I actually start doing my podcast and I tell everybody, hey, if you have questions, pop them in the chat. And after I do the podcast, I will answer the questions and we chat for a while after it's done. Okay, so I'm going to start the live podcast right now. You ready? You ready? Let's do it. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to today's live podcast. Yes, today I'm all excited about talking to you, macro, landscape, and nature photographers on building a pricing structure. Well, should I say structure? I don't like to say structure because we are creatives. So let's just say a game plan for your pricing. You're going to learn how to price like a pro. So whether you're just starting off, we're going to show you how to make a game plan for that. Those of you that have already sold that really want to build up their pricing range for what they do. If you don't price it right and you don't make sales, you don't have a business. So I get a lot of questions on how to price my work. Today's all about building confidence. So you're very excited about what you sell and you feel right about your pricing. Let's get you set up for long-term success. Let's do this. A little bit of backstory. I am a photographer who licenses my work. I still do to this day. I understand where you're at. I've been where you're at. And now I am coaching photographers for the business side, and pricing is very huge. I just want to share real quick. I went to college and I got a degree in fine art with an emphasis in photography. And in that time frame that I went to college, it was the gallery scene that actually determined the pricing for us creatives. And it really was annoying, but that's the way it was. If you really wanted to get yourself out there and be valued and trusting and a great professional, the gallery sector was determining everything for you. Very annoying. And things change. And I'm so happy my life has changed because of what we have today. It's absolutely amazing. I'm so excited about sharing this with you because the rules are now in favor of us photographers that want to go beyond just the gallery scene. If you want to get into the gallery scene, you go for it. I am not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to share with you pricing. But Now we get to be the boss. I licensed my photography because of the digital changes that have happened in our career as a photographer. I am excited. And that has changed pricing tremendously. You can do this now. You can be the boss. You can set your prices. This is so exciting. And I want you to know that you are valuable. But we got to get you there, right? But it's so much easier nowadays to really get your money going and get paid for what you do. So we're going to talk about two ways: the beginning, and then once you're done with the beginning, we will get you to a more valuable pricing range. And then I'm going to share with you even more to attract some newbies and get to your higher clients. Okay, so let's get to that. The very beginning of pricing, when you're first starting off, is understanding your costs. Now, before I even go there, you're going to see things that you're going to see places. If you do this research, let's just say you're doing this research, what they're going to tell you, which is so annoying to me, I've learned not to do this. What they'll say is, you got to put in your camera and your tripod and all the tools that you had, and you need to put that into how much it costs for all your goodies, right? I'm sorry. You came into this as most of you is passion to profit. So in the beginning, this was your passion. You invested in something for your passion. So to just start off and say, oh, you guys are now going to pay for my camera, you're going to pay for my tripod, you're going to pay for all this stuff that I want to do so I can make my photography. In the beginning, no. Don't even go there. Please don't go there. I am going to talk about understanding your cost, but I'm not going to be putting in all my camera gear. This is like thousands of dollars right here, right? And when you're first starting off, I'm sorry, you're not going to make all that money because people don't know you. They don't trust you. You haven't built your photography business yet. So let's go down to a better level first. You only hear for a little bit. What we do is, yes, we're going to price on paying attention on how much it costs you if you're printing to make the print. If you're licensing, that's a little different. There's a program called Photo Quote, and they give you all the base prices on actually what's going on when it comes to licensing your work. I use Photo Shelter. I'll put it down below if you want to use them. If you like to license, they're a great company that already has Photo Quote built into what they do because they work with a lot of people like me that do licensing. So that's Photo Shelter. That will be down below. And of course, when you see those prices, you're not going to be in the mid-range. I would actually even go lower than the low range because what you're going to do is you'll make money. You're just going to level it out, right? But in the very beginning, again, we just want to start the business. So what you're going to do is you're going to pay attention to, yes, you will pay attention to how much it costs to print. Let's just say you're a printer. We'll do that easy. You're going to print a 11 by 17. Let's just say it costs you $10. Times it by 3, $30. Okay, that's all. You times it by 3. Whatever it costs to actually print that work and to ship it out, because shipping costs too. Calculate, write it down, and times it by 3. Then you get some testimonials. So somebody buys this and you get in touch with them. How did you like it? And if you connect with these people and you get a testimonial showing that it doesn't always have to be, oh, this is just the great image. It has to be on your business, good customer service. She was there for me. He really helped me. The piece was amazing. It looks great here. Whatever you can get that shows that you are trustworthy will bring people to understand that, yes, you are legit and you deserve to get paid more. But let's get those testimonials in first and build the rapport for the people that you want to serve. So remember, this is just a baseline. Once you have that, say 2 testimonials, put it up a little bit more, 2 or 3 testimonials, then go to 4 times the cost, right? Get a couple more testimonies, but not only that, you know what it's doing too? It's bringing in confidence for you because you've actually sold pieces. You actually understand the steps on how to sell, how to get the product or service to your client. You feel good. You've got it down. Once you have it on this base, which is understanding your costs, then you get all this goodness and you share that to the world. It's time to go to the next level. I know you may be saying, but then I'm so much cheaper and I'm undervalued. No, not in the beginning. Because what you're going to do is you're going to tell people, this is my new business and I'm building my business and I want to try things out. You tell them straight out that they're getting this at a lower price because you are just starting off. You are building your business. You're building your rapport. You give them the urgency. After I have so many clients, my prices will go up. That's a normal business, people. I get so flustered, and I have heard from my peers that you are just devaluating or putting your value of what you do below. No, I'm not. Because once I really understand what I'm doing for my clients, and once I know that I can serve, my prices go up. And everybody does when it comes to a business. We are a business. Can't go from A to Z. You gotta build yourself to where you want to be. So let's build it. That's why so many photographers don't do it, because they think they're putting themselves down. And it's not that. You're building your business and your trust. And these people are getting an amazing deal from you. They're getting something awesome from you. And you tell them that. I mean, you don't have to be cocky about it, but it's the truth. I'm building my business. Get a hold of friends, get a hold of your family, but don't just be a spammy, like, oh, just say this for me. No, it's got to be legit, because if you start asking all these people, can you give me a testimonial? And you really didn't provide what you want to do for people, then you're going to feel yucky inside. We don't want to do that. You want to be legit inside. You want to be confident. You want to feel good about what you do and what you provide for your business, right? So that's just the base. Okay, so now we're going to get to my favorite. This is the valued base pricing. This is a game changer for me and for you. So listen up for you people that have sold your work. This is where you stop thinking about only the cost for you. This is instead thinking about the value for what you do, because you can prove what you do is legit. This is where you really think about when you talk about your work. This is really what you share to your people, what clients like. How does it make them feel? What experiences do they get when they purchase from you? You see, landscape and nature photography has an emotional connection. I've talked to you about that before, continually, right? People aren't just buying a picture of a sunset or a mountain. They're buying the feeling that the image evokes, the tranquility, or maybe the adventure. So think about your brand, your unique style. It's your photography and it's you. So I want you to think about your story behind the images. All of these factors, all of these goodies add value to your work. Let's give you some examples, right? You've built a reputation now for capturing breathtaking moments. That adds value. You're known for excellent customer service or providing high quality editions in prints. You've increased the value of somebody's business. So your pricing should reflect the emotional value and the experience that you have. So let me even go deeper with this so you understand, because in the beginning it was hard for me to understand because we make our work, we don't think it's valuable, but it truly is. What we do is very valuable. The man and wife are married and they have kids. They're busy. They both work. it's just continually going, going, going. The woman's getting frustrated, the man's getting frustrated, but they still truly love each other. She's ready to leave. He's ready to leave. They just, we've all been there. Well, many of us have been there. I can't say we all been there. I've been married a long time. I've been there. We've been there. But let's just relate it. So I'm a photographer. The person comes to me and says, I would love for you to photograph my wife's favorite flower. And I would like to choose it. And I would like this to be an experience for her, to show that I truly do care about her and love her. Her favorite flower is an iris. Her mom's name is Iris. The husband goes out, buys the flowers and says, here, I like your work. Please photograph these for me. And I would like to have a big print, a 24 by 36 print to give to my wife. And so I have obviously worked with him. He knows what kind of work that I do. And I said, sure, I will do this. We will definitely do this. I'll give you I'll give you 3 of my best images that I feel that I really love. And you could choose the one that you want to print. Sure, no problem. So as I'm making this, I'm sharing some of my experience about the flower, how I'm positioning, what really excites me. And him taking the time to do this has made it even more, he brings out more in my creativity for him and for her, because I understand what's going on, right? I've had the conversation with my client. So it's done. He gives it to his wife. She's absolutely, unbelievably shocked and can't believe that he did all that, because he actually took the time to do this for her. And he knows that she's going to put it in a special spot in their home, because not only does she love this flower, it reminds her of her mom. It reminds her of his time taking the effort to do this. She knows this was made specifically for her. That is valuable. We are so important. When the husband goes and throws his clothes on the floor, she's going to take a deep breath. She's going to look at the flower and say, okay, it's okay. But do you understand how valuable? Do you want to pay for courts and licensing and the children going through all this hell when we can provide something absolutely amazing for this couple? That's valuable. And it should be worth more money, because we have done this for them. Would you rather pay a couple thousand or 20,000 for lawyers? Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, it is true. Some people just oh, come on, Janice. No, it is true. So think about that once you get to this part of your business. Think about what you're doing for your client, what you're giving to the person that you want to work with, right? And you've established yourself. You build upon that. Now I'm going to talk to you about a value ladder. This is a little bit different. Now we've talked about your beginning. We've talked about where you're at. And yes, I'm going to give you a value ladder, a little different than normal businesses. But also I will explain a little bit more of where you could price yourself, because that's what we're talking about, is pricing, right? So we'll give you that too. But let me share something with you that I think is very important for us creatives. This is a game plan. This is a game plan for your perfect client. It's not about different clients. It's about the same type of clients that you have. You're just catering to different price points while you're building your dream business. So what it is offering different tiers of pricing in a product. So it's a ladder. You go to the highest ticket up here, then you go down to the next step, and it's a little bit more affordable. Go down to the next step, and it's a little bit more affordable. And then you get down to the bottom step, which is the cheapest that you will offer. Should be free. Should be that much, because you want to really hit newbies. That's what that's for, but we'll talk a little bit more on that. The top of the ladder is your dream. It's you got to start there. What is your dream? Something that you would say, I want to do this, but I don't nobody's going to pay me for it. They actually will, but we got to get you there. And it's faster than you think. So let's just pretend we're working with the individual that I was just speaking with, the husband. So he wants a commissioned print. And let's say for him, he's like, I want this just to be for her. I don't want you to license. I don't want you to print to anybody else. I'm actually commissioning this piece and I only want it. I don't want you I just want it for her. I don't want her to see it out on the streets anywhere else. That's how important it is for her. So it's a commission print, but it's also a limited edition by one. So it is a huge price point. That is my top tier of what I love to do. That's high. Now, what you would do for your first one is you would start somewhere around 6,000-ish. This would be even higher. Truthfully, it could go to 10 to 20,000 for something, because remember, you're doing a lot of time with this client and you're also not going to make any more money on that piece. Yes, it's going to be very high and top tiered, but you're going to offer this to people, and there are people that want that. So that's your top highest point. Next, you go down and take a little step down below. So say the person also says, say that husband says, well, you know what? I want to do this piece. And then you say, that's fine. I could do this special commission, but I want you to know that I'm going to actually offer this as limited editions beyond that. And it's not going to be just specifically for you. I will do this for you, but I will make more money on it. And the person says, sure, let's go ahead and do this. So then you offer it at 3,000 or 2,000, and then you build upon that. The more you have, again, just like I said before, the more you have testimonials and people saying, yes, this is so amazing. I had such a great experience, blah, blah, blah. Your prices will go up, but you got to start somewhere in this tier. But it is a little bit less of your time and you're going to make a little extra money. So it's a little bit lower, right? It's still the same client. I want you to always think this is still my people. This is still the person that I want to work for. It's just a different price range for this person because maybe they can't afford the $20,000 range, right? So they'll go a little bit lower. Below that, you may have a price point for that iris and it's already done and it's just a 24 by 36 and you want to offer it at the beginning, say for $497, and it's just a print. If they want to do anything more, you could talk to them about it, but you just say, I would still, for me personally, I always feel that you should cap off your images. And the reason why I say that is because if you do not give urgency to any of your people, they will just say, I will come back later, and they never do. So we have like these little things called launching and stuff. And you would say, hey, I'm offering this piece. It's not a discount. This is going to be offered for a while, and then I'm taking it off the shelf. You could add it again a year later if you want, but that's how important it is to take things off. But it's a tier, right? So now you say, okay, you could grab this for $497. So what happens is, and we'll talk about the lower one next, but let me just share with you this. You've got testimonials. They know that you know what you're doing. They know they're getting quality work, right? You could even say, I'll sign the back or whatever. You could just give them a little extra. What they'll do is they'll see that you have this one tier of $497, then you have a tier of 2,000, and then you have a tier of 6,000. We'll just do it that way. Well, what they'll do is they'll say, I can't afford her at 6,000. So for right now, I'm just going to do the $497. And then in the future, I'll be able to afford more. Because once a client buys from you and they love you, they will buy from you again. And they will also share with their friends and family you and what you do. But most of the time, they will not go to the top. Most of the time, they will be in the mid tiers when they purchase from you. I want to talk about low value low value. It's the bottom of the stair. It's the first step. This is for people that don't know you. This is so people get to know you. That's what I say. I always feel it's important to give either a freebie or something very, very discounted. And it's just the introduction to you. So they get to know you better. That's how I want you to think. So I have mentioned this. You may have heard me say this. Wallpapers. Let's just say you could go to canva.com very easily and make wallpapers. And basically that could be for the screensaver or for their computer. And it's a low resolution. So they're not going to, if they're going to print, it's going to be teeny weeny. It's going to be nothing exciting. But what it's going to have on it is your logo and your name. Like have your name on the front, have your logo or your website, because in front of them, they will see you all the time. They will see you on your phone. They will see you on the computer. This is really, really cool. So you could do a calendar. It's super easy. You do it once and you can offer them free calendars or for the year, or pay $5 if you want to try something like that. But this is just for them to get to know you. They'll go to your website, they'll see what you offer and say, oh, shoot, she's giving this calendar for like $10. How awesome is this? I can have this on my phone all the time. It's so beautiful. I love her work. I'll do that, right? It's a low tier introduction type of price. So the key here, again, I'm going to reiterate, it's so important for you to start at the top, at the high end, to help others find your position as you build your photography business as an expert and what you give to others. The low price items will help create a brand for you and get people to find you even more so they can trust you. The mid is more of like most of the people, what they will purchase because they can't afford you at the top, but eventually they know you have it and later on they will buy from you. Also, when it comes, as you might have noticed, that when I talk about the value ladder, it is really about how much time you put into what you're giving them. I always say time is money. The time that you provide for your business is money. I also want you to look at your competition. This will be really hard for you, to tell you the truth, because what I want you to do is be more of a detective here. Please, progress over perfection. I don't want you just saying, oh, I don't know any of this stuff, so I can't do it. You just go for it, okay? So especially when it comes to value, the value base, this is going to be a little harder for you. So what I want you to do is I want you to understand what other landscape and nature photographers in your field are charging. So you may be somebody teaching photography or printing your photography or licensed photography. You really got to hone in on or providing products, right? So you got to really hone in on others and start finding others that do this and get an idea of what they charge. See if they're at the same stage as you. But look at their bios, look at their about information, see how long they've been doing this. And what I'm saying is pay attention to where they're at and are you similar to them, right? What it's going to do is just give you a general sense of what the market is within your space. But remember, don't copy exactly, because you're going to be better and you're going to give even more value to your people. So go a little higher because you're going to be there for them, right? You're just setting the mark and starting yourself off. Progress over perfection. I just want you to do this. I don't want you to get stuck here. And you may have some people saying, why do I want to pay that much for you when you get to that level? It's because they have, again, I will say it again, because you're not a chain like Target going to get a picture that they're just going to grab. We all as human beings have feelings. And if you could express the feelings as you're making your work and sharing this with your people, they will understand the value that you're giving to them. I hope that you're walking away with some new perspectives on pricing and ready to take your landscape and nature photography business to the next level on your ladder, right? If you liked what you hear, give it a thumbs up and hit that bell. Subscribe to the channel where we'll give you more business information just for you landscape, nature, and macro photographers. I appreciate you and thank you so much for joining me. So leave me a comment below and I'm looking forward to reading them and connecting with you. Have a great day and do your ladder. Cheers. So I want to give you guys a freebie. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. Whoever's here, I'm going to look. So chat it up, say hi, put your name in there. Let's go. While you're doing that, I want to let you know that we have a marketing for landscape and nature photography group in Facebook if you like Facebook. If you want to see the show notes and all the goodness that comes with this, all the podcasts, you can also go to photobizmethod.com/blog. And what is there is the YouTube, the show links, if you want links. And then I actually have the cut podcast, so you don't have to listen to the pre and the post. But on YouTube, you get to see it all. That is actually in the blog too. I like to give that to you too. Again, I will put it on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and Amazon Music. You can listen there. Love to see you there too. I pay attention to all the goodness over there. It is a new podcast. This is something fun that I've always wanted to try, and I'm going for it. Okay. Cheers, everyone. Bye.